Welcome, folks. I am your humble host, Bob Tuskin. That's T-U-S-K-I-N. Our website, bobtuskin.com. And we have a lot to talk about with Scott from the Believers Underground tonight. We'll take some calls with Scott throughout the program. You can call us by dialing toll-free 866-841-1065. It's toll-free 866-841-1065. Scott Bug, we love you, buddy. What can the listeners look forward to hearing this hour?
Well, I uploaded a video about 5 hours ago putting out a warning in one area, and it got hit with a 6.2 earthquake or 6.0.
You're kidding.
You know, this is getting so easy, it's unreal. And then Japan just got hit with a 6.2 right now.
Oh, no. What is that due to the
yeah.
nuclear situation? I thought...
It's insanity having nuclear power plants in that area, so
yeah,
what can you
just
say?
last hour, Scott, I don't know if you heard, we were talking with Jonathan Elena, and we're talking about the San Andreas Fault and the vulnerability we have here in the U.S. to a complete nuclear disaster. And the super quake has been expected for some time now, and it's really overdue, and this could create complete havoc, and it's not fear-mongering. We're coming from a place of love when we tell people to beware.
Yeah, I'm doing a two-part video because YouTube only lets me do 15 minutes, and I'm talking exactly about that area. Now that they had a bunch of dead sharks come up, and sharks are really resilient, so, you know, now the sharks are coming up dead over there in Santa Cruz. Everything's pointing Santa Cruz, but now there's dead fish coming up over there off the coast of Ventura, too. So, you know, but I covered that area today in the video. I had to split and come back. That's why I didn't get the second part up yet. But, you know, all the science, all the links, all the information and education and to get prepared, you know, is in the videos.
Well, it's great what you do for people out there who are interested in this stuff. I don't know that I have a firm grasp on what's taking place as far as earth changes and HAARP and all these different things. You know, it's a lot for me to soak in. So that's why I have you on the show, and we try to do it every Friday with Scott. Scott, we'll get to that and so much more. We'll also let callers call up with any concerns or questions that they have for you throughout the show today. 866-841-1065 is the number to join us. Scott, of course, is always more than happy to talk with people. He really does reach out to the community. He's an activist. They tried to buy him off with a grant, and they said to him, Scott, we want you to work for us and do all this research for us, us meaning the government, but you can't tell anyone about it. And you know what he said? He said, keep your money. This isn't about money, honey. This is about the real world problems that we face. This is about humanity. And as long as people like Scott continue to put humanity first, maybe it's not going to be all doom and gloom. But we have a huge uphill battle still to face. All right, we'll get to that and so much more in just a little bit. This is the Bob Tuskin Show. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Jack Blood, host.
All right, welcome back to the Bob Tuskin Show. Scott, let's jump right back into it. A lot going on, long day, and without any further ado, here's Scott with the Believers Underground.
Yeah, I just got a text from one of my friends, one of the supporters of the Underground. He just got back from Costa Rica, and his family's down there. He has some family down there, and he just texted me that, you know, because I'm praying for him, man. That area's in a bad area, and you know, his family's okay. There are reports of death and building failures. His family's 4 hours from the epicenter, so that's, or four whatever from the epicenter, but they're okay, thank God. And you know, this is this is the things that people don't see behind the scenes. You know, I've had people relocate into safer areas. I had one family that was spared from a landslide because they took the warning seriously and got them out of that area. And then a landslide hit with like a month later and wiped out 600 people in that village. So, you know, there's, you know, and all you truthers, man, all you guys are part of this, man. You know, no man's an island. You know, let your light shine. Get the word out. You know, I keep telling people, keep calling USGS. 1-888 ask USGS. You keep telling them about Post Glacial Rebound. In fact, okay, there's all kinds of papers that are being published and released now on Post Glacial Rebound and isotonic adjustment on Google Scholar. Okay. Matter of fact, somebody even took the name Post Glacial Rebound and made a channel on YouTube with it and are referring people over to Richard Guy, which I think is cool, you know, because he's got good stuff too. But you know, I don't know who's doing it or whatever, but it doesn't matter, man. Just keep getting the word out, man. You know, just keep getting it out. But
information,
you know,
shock resistance.
Absolutely, and you know, Japan just got hit with a 6.2 right now.
So what does that mean
for
the nuclear situation there?
Well, you got to go back in history with Japan, man. Japan has a major history of seismic activity. You know, you look at back in World War II. You know, they thought they got attacked when they had that big earthquake that just leveled. I think it was Tokyo. And they had 144 or 142,000 people die. I mean, more people died in that earthquake than both of the atom bombs that were dropped on it. You know, and you look at Mount Fuji. You know, that volcano has a history of erupting every 30 years. It hasn't erupted in 300 years. Man, that place is way unstable. And I look at this, you know, I've gone back, because you have to go back in the history on these areas, you know, to really get an idea, you know, because you have people say, well, it's HAARP, or it's scalar, or it's this or that, you know, and I'm not saying that stuff ain't out there, okay? What I'm saying is there's something more sinister than those things, okay? And that's their bending light project that they got going on with CERN. With their, it's called Project Alice, and it's a time projection tunnel. And, you know, basically they're either trying to send somebody back in time. You remember that TV show a long time ago, Quantum Leap, and this guy is leaping from one time, trying to fix things in the past, you know. I mean, it's, you know, it's, I don't know if they're trying to do that or just absolutely stop time, so, you know, because the devil's only going to have a short time, you know, so, you know, he's going to want to make that time last as long as possible. So, you know, they may be trying to stop time, you know, and I can't, you know, I've known about Project Alice for, oh, golly, a year and a half and stuff, but I'll tell you what, I ran across somebody on YouTube, and I'm going to leave him anonymous. He's going to make his mark. He's really coming out with some great stuff, and basically you can, because I've been trying to weed out what is being caused by this frequency anomaly, and whether they can actually direct it at a location or if it's just out of control. Now, one of the Mexico quakes, I believe now, was from that device. Because of what I've seen, you know, it's like a split screen, and the 9/11 towers. Okay, this guy came out with a video on that, and even a Donald Duck cartoon, man, that has the World Trade Centers getting smacked and knocked down, and from a stupid device, you know, and you know it. You know, it's like he stated in that video, you know, it's the evidence of, it's the absence of evidence unseen, okay? You know, if you don't have the evidence in the three-dimensional realm, then it had to come from a fourth dimension, okay? And that's what these guys are playing with, okay? They're playing with bending light, Okay, this is a whole other thing. These guys are way out there, man. You know, way past what you people are really understanding and stuff. But what was neat about his video was it was the first actual evidence that I've seen that aided me on weeding out whether it's a static discharge from the rock, which is a precursor to which means there's a lot of stress in the location. Like you saw over there in Fort Worth, Texas yesterday. You know, they said a lightning storm came through and knocked out the transformers. And that can be true, okay, but you could also have had a static discharge coming from the rock at the same time. You know, I've seen, you know, dual events happening, and you know, with all that water over in New Madrid and the Mississippi and stuff, it's, you know, it's putting pressure on these areas where they're affecting other areas.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that, because we talked about on the nuclear special we did this week, we talked about the fact that the floods could affect several nuclear facilities in the south when we get back, and also I want to talk a little bit more about what it means to live in a world with Post Glacial Rebound taking place, and where people can go. More importantly, what are we going to do about it? It seems so doomy and gloomy, but we need to focus on solutions, and I know you focus a lot on solutions as well as addressing what's happening in the world today. Scott from the Believers Underground, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. No, that's not what I wanted to say. Let me see if I can talk straight here. Scott from the Believers Underground, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the show tonight. This is the Bob Tuskin Show. You can call us toll-free at 866-841-1065 if you have any questions for Scott. I'm sure you guys probably have better questions than I do. I don't really know too much about this stuff, and that's why I have Scott on, and that's why I continue the learning process. You never stop learning on the Bob Tuskin Show, 5 days a week on Oracle Broadcasting and other affiliates, including our wonderful AM affiliate. It's none other than our good friends at, yes, that's right, folks. Yep, you got it. Micro 1650 AM. That's Micro 1650 AM, the big shot of the milliwatt. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Scott from the Believers Underground joining us on the Bob Tuskin Show. Hey, Scott, let's take a quick call. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. We have Mike from PA. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, guys? How you doing, man?
Good. Go right ahead.
Hey, I found something I want to throw in here quick for you guys. It was on a local news station this morning. There was a fracking spill, blowout, in Bradford County. And the governor of PA sent his lieutenant governor to go check it out. And he did a press conference saying that the fluid that leaked out was high in salt content, like barium and strontium. And he said, you know, stuff like that afterwards. But it just made me think of something. If they're spraying, who's ever doing all the spraying, no one ever wants to say